So, here we have a violin in several pieces. The peg box is snapped off, leaving a jagged edge. The fingerboard and neck have come away fairly cleanly, but the button at the back was broken. There's a long crack on the front plate, and a smaller crack not very visible on the base. So I had a choice to proceed with a rather expensive repair, which would end up with a violin worth about as much as the cost of the repairs, or look for a different violin, and I decided to go for that latter option. I found a violin that I actually prefer the sound of. So then I thought, well, what's to become of this violin? It's either going to be an ornament, or I might as well have a go at looking on YouTube to see what advice there is about repairing violins. And sure enough there are, and so I followed them to the best of my ability, a little clumsy, perhaps not very refined, but essentially the technique is correct, with little wooden patches formed to fit along the side of along the top of a glued crack, or split in this case. So, we have Violin Maison violin, has its top plate back on, long crack, visible, but properly tabbed with little bits of wood all along the way with hide glue. Neck was quite a jagged break, so had plenty of hide glue in there and clamped together. That is my concern. I think that'll be the most vulnerable spot. Now, where I've been unorthodox is here. The break had broken the button, the tab that comes up, and so you're meant to do a special grafting thing. I doubted my skills on that, so I thought I'll just compromise on that and have a really solid plate across, making effectively a new button out of balsa wood and araldite. Luthiers won't like that, but it might work. We shall see. The sound post is in place. Used a proper sound post setting tool. The strings are in place, but very little tension. I could easily lift that bridge up. So now is the point of time to start increasing the tension. There's considerably more now. Something made a sound. Is the sound post still up? No. That was take one. Yeah, I just recorded that. Right. Okay, so here we are, take two. The sound post is back in place. Some more tuning up. These are still very slack in the middle. Not a lot of tension on it. Quite a bit more. Check bridge. Oop, it needs a bit of adjusting. Back from the top. Try and get a right angle on the side that faces towards the peg box. Near enough. A little bit more because it'll get dragged over. Right. Interesting chord. Okay. So far so good. There was a small crack in the back too. I should be checking there too. It looks, I can see where it is. There's a fine hairline just below my finger, but it's not getting any bigger. It shouldn't do because it's got these little wooden tabs on it, and the front one looks alright still. Neck looks alright. Carry on. There's a fair bit of pressure on that now, coming up. I doubt if I could pinch that up with my fingers the way I did initially. Okay. What note are we up to? A flat or G sharp on the D. So, best part of a fifth still to go. This is a sort of slightly nerve-making process because you think it's going to go pow any moment. About a minor third to go. Probably dropping as we speak, but never mind. So, still going. No chin rest, no shoulder rest. That's nice. Now, not counting my chickens before they're hatched, because we'll see how it holds up in a day or two, but basically as fixed for about $20 or something, and a bit of YouTube learning.